This is the Drake Passage, the world's most dangerous sea route that humans have been avoiding for thousands of years. Now, many people believe that the main purpose of building the Panama Canal was to connect the western coast of North America with South America and the rest of the world through a shorter route. And while that is true, it wasn't the only reason for building this canal. Another important reason for building the Panama Canal was that all ships wanted to bypass this 620 miles area between Antarctica and Cape Horn. This is the point where the Pacific, Atlantic, and Southern Oceans meet. But why is this area called the Drake Passage? And what makes this place so dangerous that even today, crossing it feels like crossing the Valley of Death? To find these answers, we need to go back into the 15th century when a British pirate named Francis Drake terrorized the Atlantic Ocean. At that time, the British and Spanish empires were competing for global dominance. Francis was not an ordinary pirate. Instead, he had direct support from the British Empire. With this support, he would launch attacks on African cities, loot them, and bring their people as slaves to Britain. The British Empire was very pleased with Francis, and they decided to send him to South America to break Spanish Empire's dominance. The plan was that Francis would conquer the cities and villages on the eastern coastline of South America, then enter the Strait of Magellan and attack the villages on the western coastline of South America, gradually bringing them all under British control. During this campaign, he was allowed to loot any cities he wanted, because the sole interest of the British Empire was to bring the entire coastline of South America under British control. In December 1577, Drake set out on his journey with 200 people on 5 ships. By April, he had reached Argentina when a mutiny broke out among his crew. Drake executed about 40 of the rebels in Argentina and then continued his journey on the remaining 3 ships. As he crossed the strait and entered the Pacific Ocean, a fierce storm hit, causing the 3 ships to lose sight of each other. The crew of one ship assumed that Drake might be dead and decided to sail back to England. The second ship got separated in the storm and ended up in the Drake Passage, where it disappeared without a trace. Drake, while trailing the second ship, reached the edge of the Drake Passage. But when he saw the treacherous waters ahead, he realised that going any further would only mean certain death. Back then, no one knew what lay beyond, because the world map wasn't anything like the one we have today. Drake turned his ship around and headed toward the western coast of South America, raiding settlements along the way until he reached San Francisco. He avoided returning to Britain through the same route, fearing that if he got trapped in those deadly waters again, he might not survive. This treacherous stretch of sea was later named the Drake Passage, as Drake was likely the first to spot it, though he never actually crossed it. He told his closest companions that he believed there could be another world beyond the ocean, or perhaps an undiscovered island where no one had ever set foot. The island that Drake was referring to was actually Antarctica. For centuries, humans had believed that there was a continent here. The ancient Greeks called it Terra Australis Incognita, meaning the unknown southern land, but no one had ever seen it with their own eyes. In the 17th century, the British explorer Captain Cook set out to